Our first guest is a scream, baby. Please welcome every Ghostface. So how do you all know each other?
I'm sorry, I guess I don't. I never told me your name. What's your favorite scary? I'm not. What's that noise? I thought we were gonna go out. Who am I? Is that the one where the guy had knives? What's your favorite scary? Wait, tell me your name. I'll tell you. What's your favorite scary? So, you got a boyfriend?
Okay, great. I've also been told to ask, which one of you will be the first to kill Sidney Prescott?
Me? No way. I'm afraid that was a which is it? Looks like tonight I had the wrong guy. You listen to something like just do it. Understand? You got a boyfriend?
Passed away?
He's no longer with us.
Yeah. Oh my god.
The Godfather,
he is no
Elf,
longer with
and
us.
this.
Those are the only 3 movies James Caan ever did.
Ever.
Yes.
He was so
And
good.
he's proud of him.
Yeah.
And we're all proud of him.
You know, I feel like
He learned the joy of Christmas.
I don't know what it
did.
is, but I feel like books have been
And the complete opposite.
wow.
Both the joy and misery of the wintertime season.
Segue.
Whoa.
Segue.
Welcome to the Bengoolie podcast. My name is Ben, but during the pod, you can refer to me as Ben. I had to segue because you verbally said, like,
Segue.
pointed at me and yelled segue.
Segue.
So when I'm
Segue has been segged.
left with no choice. Thank you for
forced you.
joining me, one and all, and especially my friends. Co-creator Max Fettchenhauer is with us. Welcome to the pod.
Of what? Of
Sorry.
The podcast?
Original creator.
Who is this guy?
Yeah,
Who is this guy?
I helped
did it.
a little. I made an intro.
Plug him, baby.
I helped you. I said segue.
Also with us, the Deviled Meg, a.k.a. Little Scaredy Cat, a.k.a. Little Whore Baby, a.k.a. Fitbit Enthusiast. Megan Barry is with us.
That's me.
Welcome.
Product
I don't
placement?
sleep well, apparently. Confirmed.
And last but not least, love of my life, the horror hostess, Haley Wade is with us. Welcome.
So sweet. Okay.
I think everything is great because we're talking about one of my new favorite movies of all time, I think. Now, I mean, not just... This is the first time I
Yeah,
saw
me too.
good old Misery. Misery starring James Caan.
Rest in peace.
Kathy Bates, directed by Rob Reiner, and just fabulous, right?
The acting.
Oh, good.
Miserying.
Everything about it
yo.
was the opposite of Misery to me. I
Pleasure.
fucking loved it. It was awesome. First impressions of this movie. Who anyone can start.
It felt strangely timely.
Yes.
Oh my god! Yeah.
I don't know why. And I feel like maybe it's just the influx of like the popularity of books and authors. And I just feel like it's making a bit of a comeback. Maybe that's just me.
No, I'm with
But
you.
like it seemed very much like we're gonna get a Misery remake soon. Like
Yeah.
unfortunately.
you think a remake is in the
Maybe not a remake,
pipeline.
maybe a ripoff. Like I feel like someone soon is going to make a movie about trapping their favorite author
Yeah.
and doing something. Like I feel like that's coming.
Maybe
like
Yeah.
an HBO Max show.
I'm trying to think if anything has come out in the last few years that resembles it,
yet,
but like
I couldn't agree
there've been
more,
a few
though.
Hallmark
there's
movies
definitely
of the
been
opposite.
or like
You know, they're
episodes
like they
on
fall in love.
television that kind of follow the framework, but yeah, you're right. I don't think I've seen anything recently that really captures what this movie
I know.
captures for me.
The timeliness of the movie, like I felt like it was made just this past year. Like it felt so relatable because we both have been kind of geeking over books we're reading. At my job, we're geeking about the books we're reading. So it felt, yes. Oh my gosh,
1990.
The film
30
grain,
years ago.
the grainy, the old film style. You could kind of tell it was older, but topic-wise, pretty relevant.
It feels fresh, and it like the concept feels fresh because there's not much else like
Yeah.
this.
No,
really good.
Even the detectives.
You know, it's you don't watch this really does feel like the inverse of a home invasion flick.
Yeah.
You know,
I love that.
We talked about that one day.
so many people trying to get in.
Yeah.
Who's trying to get out?
Oh.
James
James
Caan.
Caan is trying
James
to
Caan. He's trying to get out.
Such a good comparison, though. A good.
Thank you. This is so. I loved it so much, and the atmosphere of the movie really worked for me. Really worked for me.
Yeah, dude.
There's not a lot of movies where it's like every horror movie like this, where it's like a secluded type of horror movie like this or The Shining. Strangely enough, those are two Stephen King examples. You always have to get the excuse as to why they can't reach the outside world.
Exactly.
And
Oh yeah.
for me, the excuses really work because she's just controlling everything, and it makes
Yeah.
complete sense. And I love the way you slowly learn more about her and the town.
Yeah.
And all the characters are so great. There's all the townies are so good.
Realistic.
I love the townies. Yes.
Rob
Yes.
Reiner beautifully does ensemble casts and
Yes.
big groups of
Yeah.
players.
What was your first impression?
My first impression was, like I said, I loved it, but I was also so surprised that a movie from 1990 could feel as fresh as it did. Could feel as inspired and original. I loved it. Yeah. And my mom has been telling me to watch this movie for years, and I'm very bad at watching the things that people tell me are really good and watch it.
That's so sweet, though.
But well, that's the thing. And I texted my mom after I watched it. She was like, "How did you like it?" And I think I literally texted her, blew my mind because it's so
So good.
simple, but it's such an incredible.
Yes.
It's executed
It's so
really
simple.
It's so crazy too because at this time James Caan is already insanely huge, and not that Kathy Bates wasn't, but had done significantly less, and I think that was when you really realize that this is different, is that Kathy Bates swallows the entire screen and all of your attention, and you kind of forget for a minute that James Caan is there.
Yeah.
Because you are having a very personal moment with her every time she flies off the handle, and it is terrifying.
You're the
It
subject
is.
of her rage.
Oh
Yeah,
my
you feel like
gosh.
you are
It
James
is.
Caan. Like you're like, I am trapped in a bed. My legs are broken.
He ceases to exist, and you
Yeah.
become.
And the crazy thing
Perspective.
is James Caan is really fucking good too.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
So awesome.
It's just another cherry
the
on
pig.
top of this incredible Sunday of a movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
What was
yes.
I mean, so was it all of our first time seeing this movie?
I
I
think
think
so.
so.
Believe
Yeah.
So awesome.
Wow.
Well,
How fun
That's
is this?
that's a rarity.
This is
for
that
us.
special.
is that is really and we didn't even watch it all together. I don't think we realized that none of us had even seen it.
No, it was
No.
on the calendar for the month,
Yeah.
and it's one that's precisely why I put it on. My mom has always been telling me to watch it
Right.
for years, and I was like, I will finally commit to it this year.
Sure.
I'm so glad I did. Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm really glad you put it on there because I feel like it's something that so many iconic references have been made about it
Yeah.
that
Mhm.
always just go over my head, and I'm like, haha, yes, because it's the movie where
I think
Yeah.
I realized while watching this that there is a whole episode of iCarly that it
Yes.
directly parodies
Yeah.
this
Is
movie.
there really?
God.
There is.
There's so
and
many things,
I
I
won't.
think.
We can get into it after the podcast, but it's definitely one of those
Yeah.
things that you watch as a kid and you're like, oh, that's crazy or that's kooky for a sitcom, and then you watch the horror movie it's based on years later, and you go, wow. They really did that, and I really had no idea this whole time.
Dang.
It's horrifying.
Something that stands out to you.
Well, what for me at least, it's when after they're trying to find James Caan, they're the sheriff is reading the novels. He's trying to piece together. He's figuring out James Caan is getting his strength and trying to he's starting to try to fight back. Well, the sheriff ends up coming to the house and he, James Caan's in the basement, Annie's going crazy, trying to keep it under wraps. The sheriff finds James Caan and then gets freaking shot.
Yeah.
And all this build up where you're like,
was
oh
so
my gosh,
close. It was
literally.
so close.
It was
Yeah.
dangling and then it was dangling and then just ripped away from you, and I felt that despair of like, you cannot get out.
You see the sheriff see James Caan, and you immediately know like, oh no,
You're
this
done.
is it. He's done.
She's
I
gonna be
can't
right
believe
there.
it.
Yeah.
His poor wife.
I
my
know.
God, right?
She
Yeah.
loved him.
That relationship between them was so real and so cute, and I loved it. And
Yeah,
it ripped it away from us.
That-
I
was-
love
yeah.
Rob Reiner does this very well too. He
The
makes
locals.
you care about, and that's what I was saying. Like ensemble cast, every
Yeah.
single player is important, and he makes you care about every single person,
That
no
was
matter
sad,
how
yeah.
small they are in his movie. Just
Yeah.
broke my heart in so many
Gut-wrenching.
ways.
Yeah.
Max,
oh man, there's so much I really like. There's so much I like about this movie. The ankle breaking.
Oof.
sledgehammer to your ankle. You have to pick
I
one.
mean,
Sometimes you gotta.
more like a sledgehammer to my heart. I really love James Caan in this movie, and I love the way he reacts to Annie, right?
Annie.
And what is
Kathy
James
Bates.
Caan's character's name?
Paul.
Paul,
Yes,
that's right.
Paul Sheldon.
Poor Paul.
I love the way he reacts to like her madness. It's such like a realistic, like it's such a realistic, like I don't like.
Trying to de-escalate, and
Yeah,
yet
trying
at the
to
same
de-escalate.
time,
There's like so many times she like leaves a room and he's all like, behind the
Yeah.
door, and it's so good. And I think the scene that had me biting my nails the most was the first time he sneaks out of his room in the chair. He's still in the
Stuck in the
chair.
wheelchair.
yeah.
And he can't move and he can't get out. And the second he puts that penguin back up,
In the
the
wrong.
second he put it back up, me and Megan were both like,
oh,
it's the
no.
wrong
He
direction.
did the wrong
Yeah.
thing.
It's the wrong
Yeah.
Did it
direction.
wrong, yep.
She's going to notice it. And I mean,
didn't right
that's,
away, but-
yeah. But that's the mark of like a great director
And
and a
like
great
The little
cast.
details.
even that takes it.
Come on,
It
Dave.
takes its time, right? So
Yeah.
he moves the penguin. You go. I mean, I'm sure everyone in the audience too. It's very obvious. You go, oh, he did it the wrong way. That she's totally gonna find it, but they don't come back to it right away. She doesn't come home and find it right away.
Until
She comes
the
home
end.
and like does something else, and you like
Yeah.
you just go on. And you go, oh, maybe they won't
she didn't know.
come back to it or at all.
Yeah.
They do,
And
and it's. I completely forgot about it, and I was like, "Oh, I saw this earlier. I know what.
Yep.
I know
Yes.
exactly what they're."
It comes back at just the right moment
The
for you to be
writing
like,
is so strong.
"Son of a
Great
bitch."
pacing.
Yes.
So smart.
Great.
Damn it.
Oh, hello. Would you like to
Nick,
say
what's
something
your
about
rating?
Misery? What
What's
would
your
you
rating,
rate this movie?
One lick.
Nice.
Cute.
One lick out of
Noodle, that was so rude. I'll take that as a 5.
I mean, she'll probably give it a 5.
smart.
I think it is a 5. It has quickly like gone right up to the top of my favorites list. I think.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
yeah, 5 out of 5. I loved it. Max.
I'm trying to think if I have anything negative to say or like any critiques, and I really don't think I have any. I think I'd give this movie a 5. The one critique that I keep thinking of, that I keep like thinking of and then immediately saying no to, is like, oh, it wasn't scary enough. But what was I
I
expecting?
guess that's what I was trying to search
You know?
for a little
Yeah.
bit, but even that doesn't
It
really
didn't-
seem like
Yeah.
as relevant when you consider all of the other parts of this
Exactly.
that work.
Exactly. It's able to like be kind of funny
Yeah,
at the same
Yeah.
time. But in the same way, like Jordan Peele's movies are kind of funny, where it gives you that like nervous laughter almost.
very like cheeky and
Yeah.
Like,
you know, kind of charming in a way, but
Yeah.
still like
You're on edge.
horrifying.
It knows
Yeah.
when to dial it up when it needs to.
There you go.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
5.
was thinking the same thing, where I was like, I don't think I have a reason not to give it a 5.
Yep.
True.
I liked it. It had me on edge. The everything about it
Yep.
was interesting. It was fresh. It
Keeps
was
your
one of those
attention.
movies where I said, I'm probably not going to finish it. I'm probably going to go to bed soon. And I
And
sat
you
on the
stayed
couch
up
and watched
for
the
it,
whole
didn't
thing.
you?
Yep.
I
Yep.
couldn't go to
Hooked.
sleep.
Riveting.
Yeah.
I
Haley?
think I'm also gonna have to give it a 5 because we watched this together and we walked at the end of that movie. Both were like,
We looked at each other.
Wow.
Yeah, like totally
Yeah.
smitten with it.
What tickled my goat the most was that an interesting phrase, I will admit, is that the title of the movie calls into the whole reason of the conflict, the character Misery.
Yes.
I loved that.
Yes.
Everything Michael Kahn experiences.
is misery.
Was Misery. So beautiful little bow at the end. I like
Yeah.
those movies.
Who's Michael Kahn?
Michael?
Michael Kahn?
Eamon.
The Kahn.
Genghis Khan?
Jimmy Kahn.
Jimmy Kahn?
I think you said Michael
James
Kahn.
Kahn.
You did say Michael Kahn. Max is just
This
Women
this
love
was
that.
very nice
Such
to talk to
delightful
all of
nice.
you.
Oh God.
And Misery is one of my favorite movie films. So
Beautiful.
Misery was really good.
Very good movie film.
very good.
It was
movie
fresh.
film.
I feel like
Yeah.
we're looking for a resurgence of book movies.
Yeah, well, I last point. I love this movie, and I love you guys very much. Thanks
love
for
we love
too.
you.
coming out and allowing me to come into your home and just to talk about movies.
Thank you.
It's our favorite thing to do.
Please check out Fetch Films on YouTube.
There he is.
My
Thank
buddy
you.
Max hosts a little
Max
review
goes.
show of his own, and we will tag all the other tags that you need to see in the description below. But thanks for checking us out. Thanks for watching, and thanks to my friends for joining me. My name is Ben, but during the pod you can refer to me as
Ben.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for
Good
watching.
night.